Hey everybody, and welcome back to Video Game Esoterica. On today's episode, we're taking a look at L.O.L, or Lack of Love, developed by Love-de-lic. It's the third and final game that they developed as a company. This is a classic survival simulation evolution game. I know we showed you Cube of War before, but this more than anything kind of personifies that genre. Not to get too meta, but it is based on the Gaia theory of evolution, which basically states that all life on Earth is interconnected and everything works in a symbiotic relationship to help itself succeed and evolve as a species. As you're watching the intro here, you're going to see this ship traveling the universe, trying to find other planets that harbor life. They must be having a resource management issue on their home planet because their ultimate goal is to take all the resources from a planet that harbors life and to bring it back to them. So as you play, you're going to be seeing in the background that this alien race is trying to destroy your planet and render all your resources null. As far as the Dreamcast is concerned, this game, more than anything, is its hidden gem. The storyline, how you interact with the game, the musical score, just make this an experience that feels so much more special than anything else I've ever played. The soundtrack and story were developed by a gentleman, and I might get his name wrong, I'm really trying hard here, Ryuichi Sakamoto. He is clearly a heavy hitter. He has won an Academy Award, a BAFTA Award, multiple Grammys, and multiple Golden Globes. So the music is something really special. It's all done with ambient music, so it's something that is quite unique. But I'll let you guys watch a little bit more of the intro, get some of the story and flavor text behind this, and we'll come back with some more gameplay soon. But just enjoy this, and I'll recommend it again at the end, but please, definitely play this game. We'll be back in just a moment with some more gameplay and talk about Lack of Love. So we're back and we're getting into the gameplay elements of L.O.L. You start as an egg and you hatch. There are like 20 different screens that you have to get through in the entire game, and you do that by interacting with other creatures to be able to obtain their gift, which you then use to evolve into your next form. Basically how it works is that there's different creatures in each map. Some of them are antagonistic against you, some of them are friendly towards you, and some of them are ambivalent. By interacting, teaching, learning, or otherwise coalescing with these different creatures, you obtain power-ups that allow you to then evolve into your next phase. There are no on-screen prompts. There are no directions. You interact with the game completely at your own discretion. You have to learn how to do everything. You have 4 separate actions. One is communicate, one is sleep, one is attack, and yes, one is urinate. That actually is a component to the game. It also keeps you alive as well as lets you grow different plants. So urination is in fact one of the core components of the game, which humorously kind of seems funny, but at the same time is such a basic function that really it's not surprising that they included that into the game. So what we're going to be showing you guys is just the initial 2 levels. I didn't want to show off too much. This is a game that I want you to go out, find, and experience for yourself without ruining too much of it. You get little bits of the story as you go along, culminating in your final evolution, seeing what happened to your planet. But in like any nature documentary or otherwise, any classic story, the life evolves from the water and you come up on land in your first form, and that kind of kicks off your adventure into surviving. So, gameplay wise, there are a lot of trial and error elements to playing Lack of Love. Yet, just kind of how the game unfurls, I never have an issue being confused. You do lose life as you spend time in each map, but it is very easy to recoup. You can sleep or you can eat other creatures to re-energize yourself. So what you're looking at here is one of your fellow creatures, same species as you, and it's basically showing you that once you obtain the 3 gifts, you're going to go up to these crystal structures, communicate with them, and that is how you're going to get your next evolution. That is the only goal of the game: obtain the 3 gifts on each map and evolve to your next stage. In a way, this game is storyline-wise quite deep, even if there really isn't much communication or, like dialogue from the game developers to you as far as the story or gameplay elements are concerned. But it's basically teaching you that through cooperation and interaction with life around you, that you can evolve and you can become better. As far as the storyline's concerned, I find that quite intriguing, especially today. So it's definitely something that I think will resonate with a lot of people, of how you go through the world and interact with creatures around you. Maybe I'm not setting the best example because I am trying to kill this snail almost immediately. It has been over 10 years since I played and beat this game. When I first turned it on, I became quite engrossed with it. I think I beat it probably within 8 or 10 hours of a single playthrough. We're skipping around a lot. You're going to see we're teaching this little green bug that if he opens up that umbrella, his food will regenerate, and we're going to obtain his first gift. We learned something from him by teaching him something. There was a direct exchange of information that allowed both creatures to become more adept at their environment and to be more successful. And that, much like evolution, is exactly how things do work. Animals feed off each other in that symbiotic relationship. They have these interpersonal exchange of techniques, survival skills, etc., etc. And that is definitely something that L.O.L. involves itself in. So go ahead and take a look at a little bit of the gameplay. We'll come back in a little bit just to talk about more of what's going on, but I kind of want you to be able to just look at everything that's happening. Here we're teaching the green grasshoppers how to attack. We're teaching them if they defend themselves, they have a better chance of survival, and we're going to get another gift. But enjoy. I'll be back in about a minute. I just want you guys to take a look at this. So we'll be back in just a second. So as you take a look at the map here, you're going to see briefly that it showed 3 different creatures. All 3 of them are visible. That means we've interacted with all 3 of the creatures that could give us the gift to evolve. 2 of the 3 were in yellow. That means we've already received their gift. And this poor guy that I attacked at the beginning was the 3rd animal that we actually had to receive a gift from. I communicated with him while he was asleep, and we were able to obtain that gift. If you communicated with him while he was awake, nothing would happen. And that is part of the trial and error of this game, is that you're not ever 100% sure what is going to help you evolve and receive those gifts. But there is some charm in that ambiguity because you're never comfortable in the game, much like I would assume in a creature's life. Everything is kind of unnatural. You're never 100% sure what to do, and this game definitely emulates that. So now we have our second evolution. You're going to see us hatch out of the egg. When you do evolve, you still remain in the map that you were in first, although it does zoom out a little bit just to kind of show your increase in stature. And then you actually have to figure out how that evolution aids you in moving on to the next area. So there's like a second component to each level, which is how to escape and how do our newfound abilities and features actually allow us to move on in the game. Egg-based. Must not be a mammal or a bug. Guess it's avian in nature, although I really think I might be reading too much into it. You're going to hatch out of the egg here, and now you're going to see that our creature is slightly different. It's going to have faster movement, it's going to have a better attack, and it's going to have just overall more ability to traverse the area quicker. So here you're going to see urine as a component coming into the game for the first time. That plant there is too low for us to crawl across, but by watering it, it's going to grow and we're going to be able to navigate into the next area. Not sure if you guys remember in the intro that alien was walking across the soil and you saw that his boot had the L.O.L symbol on it. We're now in one of the areas in which that creature, that robot, has been destroying the land, so it's going to be a very barren area. You'll see in the start menu here, we've already encountered one of the three creatures that's going to help us in our journey, and two of them are going to remain grayed out. So as you navigate the map and look for those creatures, you'll have a kind of a hint of who you're looking for, and then when you have actually encountered them, they will go from gray to being in color, so you actually know what's going on. Little body of water up here. If you sleep, you can both regenerate health as well as take a look at the map. All those white dots there are different creatures that you can interact with. So there's kind of that grasshopper character here. I had struggled a little bit in stage 2. It's been so long since I played the game. I was kind of getting used to how things work. I am going to be dying very shortly. But generally, this is Lack of Love. I haven't showed you much, but that's because I really think everyone should go out and experience this game for themselves. It is relatively expensive if you purchase it. You're at least $100, if not $200 if it's complete or sealed. But definitely, even if you have to burn a copy, check it out. Thanks so much for watching, guys. We hope you come back next week. We'll have some more exciting content. But if you give us a like, thumbs up down below, and subscribe, it would really help us out. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next week.